Catch by Jerry Nield. Exterior, Leadville, Colorado, 1887. Day. Sign says, "Welcome to Leadville, home to the Silver Rush and the most lawless gun-toting town in the Wild West." 3 wagons painted with the Tom Connors Athletic and Specialty Show draw attention as they pull off the muddy main street onto a dry piece of vacant land. The Connors troupe, Tom Connors, a small 145-pound Irish cross-eyed wrestler, Farmer Burns, a burly Iowan farmer, 2 orphan teenagers called the Glenroy brothers, Rufus, a one-legged black man, 2 smiling Chinese men, and Bertha, Tom's 7-year-old daughter, with a surgically scarred parting in her hair, unload and erect a wrestling booth. Martha, Tom's wife, dressed as a tough-looking sexy cowgirl, distributes handbills as she clomps along the boardwalk trying to free the mud stuck to her boots. Cowboy number 1 squints his eyes to read a handbill.
Wrestling. Get 2 shoulders to the ground, a submission, or simply last 15 minutes? $25 to the winner? Well, I'm not much of a winner, and I don't know how to wrestle, but I'll do almost anything for $25.
Yes, that's right, boys. There's $25 on offer here. Anyone fancy their chances?
Interior, Leadville Saloon, day. Cowboy number 1 runs in and slams the handbill on the bar.
Yee-haw! The gamesters are in town!
Sign behind the bar says, "Please don't shoot the piano player. He's doing the best job he can." Exterior, Leadville, wrestling booth, day. Many cowboys, miners, and inquisitive women are drawn as if hypnotized towards Martha standing on the front of the booth, next to a table, fanning herself with dollar bills. Rufus turns the table on its side, revealing the words, "Tom Connors, famous wrestler." He places a high stool behind him. Tom, stripped to his trunks, leaps onto the stool. Burns, also in his trunks, stands aside, same height as Tom.
That's right, boys. There's 25 cool dollars here for anyone who can stay a short, sweet 15 minutes with either of our wrestlers. Hey! Any soldiers, sailors, cavalry, or cowboys? Have we any big, strong miners in town? How's that sound, boys? Any of you man enough to try? How about you, mister?
She points at an intimidating 6'6" ogre, barging his way to the front of the crowd. He stops and points at Tom.
"I'll take the runt."
The local blacksmith points his hammer at Burns.
"I'll take him. That money's mine."
Rufus hops into position next to Tom and Burns. An Arapaho Indian points at Rufus inquisitively.
$5? If you think you're brave enough, Chief?
The Arapaho Indian nods a yes. Cowboy number 2 interrupts.
"I'll have the sidekick."
You shouldn't be calling my good friend by such a name. But hey, if you want to try your luck, that's just fine. So then, folks, don't miss the show. It'll be starting real soon. There'll be plenty of action, plenty of drink, and barrels full of fun to be had on tap. And for anyone who's hungry, there's my home-cooked buffalo and whiskey pie.
Cowboys whoop, yee-haw, and fire their guns into the air. Tom and Burns collect entrance money as the long queue ascends the steps of the booth and slips behind a curtain. Interior, wrestling booth, day. Martha plays a steam calliope piano. In the corner, a tall curtain hides something. A sign says buffalo and whiskey pie, 10 cents a slice. The Chinese men work a busy bar. As they serve drinks and pie, their comical smiles transfer onto their satisfied customers' faces. The Glenroy brothers climb into a ring in the middle of the booth, don boxing gloves, and begin a comedy boxing act. One characterizes a posh Queensbury rules boxer, the other a drunken slugger. They fool around like clowns, making the audience laugh. Thomas Edison fixes a camera to a tripod. Bertha approaches.
"Can I look, please?"
Edison places a case next to the camera for her to stand on. Edison holds a flash powder tray. Bertha looks through the lens, holding the shutter release button in her hand. The boxers stop and pose for the camera. Flash. Bang.
"But I want moving pictures."
Bertha removes a flicker book from her pocket. She flicks through the pages. 2 stickmen are boxing. They both knock each other out at the same time.
Yes, now we're talking.
She turns the book around and flicks it backwards. A stickman falls through the trapdoor of a hangman's platform and swings from the rope. Bertha makes a choking, whistling sound.
Yes, but comedy. not horror.
Well, I think it's funny.
Edison removes a cylinder phonograph from the case.
I am experimenting upon an instrument which does for the eye what the phonograph does for the ear. One day, I'll have many pictures. We'll see them move.
He starts turning the handle. Bertha giggles as she watches the Glenroys knock each other out at the same time and tumble to the ground dramatically. Edison plays back a scratchy recording of Bertha giggling. Bertha howls with laughter at the recording of herself. Rufus stands in the ring. Cowboy number 2 enters. The audience cheer. Rufus hops around while Cowboy then lunges forward, lifting Cowboy number 2 off his feet. He turns and slams the cowboy on his back. Rufus lies across his shoulders, pinning them to the ground. Cowboy number 2 tries to free himself. Arapaho Indian claps.
Ain't calling me sidekick now, boy.
And now, folks, we have even more entertainment for your enjoyment. Can our contender last the required time and win the prize against my champion?
Tom smirks at Martha as he stands in the ring. The ogre enters and cowers over Tom intimidatingly. Both stand arms aside, like they're about to draw guns. Suspense builds like in a gunfight. Ogre launches a punch. Tom deflects it.
Hey, we're here to wrestle.
Ogre tries another surprise punch from the hip. A Mexican in the audience shouts, "Olé!" Ogre tries many punches, getting quicker in pace and desire. Tom either ducks or tries in vain to catch and hold onto his arm. The whole audience chanting, "Olé!" every time. Tom finally catches and manages to hold on to the arm. He performs a hammerlock. With the ogre's arm up his back and Tom increasing the pressure on his elbow, Ogre screams from low pitch to high pitch like a kettle. The audience mimic him and laugh hysterically.
And now, folks, wrestling entertainment like you've never seen before, and may likely never see again. Our contender!
She points at the blacksmith and whistles. He bows.
Dare he enter the ring?
Bertha, in front of the curtain, cooking pot suspended from her neck, performs a drum roll with wooden spoons. The curtain drops to the floor, revealing a hangman's platform. Rufus puts a noose around Burns' neck.
Yeehaw! There's gonna be a lynching!
The trapdoor opens. Burns drops 6 foot into the noose. The Chinese rope his legs to stop him spinning.
Hell no. Cut him down.
Not till he finishes a whistling.
Burns whistles Yankee Doodle Dandy. Bertha sings.
Yankee Doodle came to town for to buy a firelock. We will tar and feather him, and so we will... what's your name, mister?
Blacksmith shakes his head, walks away backwards. Burns stops whistling, frowns, inhales with a screech.
Hey, come back! Let's wrestle!
Rufus starts cutting the rope. Blacksmith's eyes widen in horror. He turns around and runs for his life.